Good morning, good afternoon. Today's December 8th, Friday, 2017, and we're nearing the Christmas holiday season. Alright, looking at the morning headlines and making commentaries. It seems like the Friday jobs report came out very good for the economy. This is reflecting the overall economic optimism of the executive of the US government. He's able to relay this optimism and patriotism of economy to bring back jobs, which he proven to do so, and also implement America First policies, which is rocketing confidence and drop actual job return of jobs into the United States. So they're working on NAFTA as well. Which is putting America first interest against Canada and Mexico. The executive also warning about, may increase the penalties on the Wells Fargo. Yeah, that is interesting because every day we've been seeing new revelations that is, much higher and much bigger than the when the initial penalty was placed upon Wells Fargo. So there's more stuff that is to be revealed. All right, so we do see some Bitcoin settling down in terms of the pricing. So it did go up a lot to nearly $19,000 a unit. Yeah, which is not surprising because of the actual enthusiasm and actual adoption of Bitcoin. So you do see the story of South Korea in their tension with North Korea and the United States. Even nearing the holiday season, the rhetoric has been pushing up and up. But we do know North Korea owns Bitcoin, and South Korea people also owns Bitcoin. So this is naturally like a narrative to make Bitcoin to be the higher value store of the investment. I mean, you see when you consider Bitcoin in the equation of the rhetoric of the nuclear weapons testing and so forth like that, you do realize what's going on, right? As long as there's a lot of brinksmanship rhetoric, it'll bring up the demand for Bitcoin and the value of Bitcoin. So this is a new realization right now that's going a step ahead of what's happening to the PIIGS in Portugal, to Venezuela more recently, and Zimbabwe. Now we're having a broader realization of Bitcoin in play with the Korean affairs, in terms of using Bitcoin as a value store for people who are panicking or scared about potential conflicts. That's that. All right, they're talking about the middle class is disappearing. And makes these dollar stores, like I mentioned yesterday, very successful. These dollar stores are able to leverage their broad chains stores to bulk buy items and lowering the price of each unit to around $1. Some of them are they're money losing, but they're able to get people in to buy other stuff that are money making, just like the Walmart strategy. All right. So they're blocking the at&t Time Warner merger because at&t is involved in wireless. You have to be careful right now after the merger of the Singular with at&t. Every single merger of wireless has an element of bringing the prices higher for wireless customers and harming competition. So there's another headline about Bitcoin settling down a bit, not plunging. I don't think so. As we nearing the Christmas season, there's a lot of bros who have accumulated a lot of wealth through Bitcoin. They realize the new evolution now is like, the life-saving value story narrative of Bitcoin, helping South Koreans, North Koreans, Zimbabweans, and and Venezuelans buying using Bitcoin to buy food on the internet. I mean, just like that, it's enough for me for the legitimate case and my opinion that is a legitimate thing for Bitcoin to exist. This is a hedge against corruption. Corrupt government, corrupt organization, corrupt financial institutions that we realized in 2008. So that's that. Or you see people trying to get the game in on Bitcoin futures, even the online brokers. As I mentioned before, what is the case for futures if the underlying instrument is still open for trading 24/7 and around the world in different localities? I mean, the legitimate reasoning for Dow Jones futures and Nasdaq futures is when these underlying assets were closed for trading, right, after 4 p.m. So, because of that, you don't really need futures. I mean, you need futures when they're closed. All right, that's another hack of a nice hash. A Slovenian company. Like 3 or 4 Bitcoin headlines still. All right, let's look at the markets. Crude oil recovering to 57.35. Again, this is the struggling of the competing narrative and the facts. I mean, as we approach the holidays, there may be some higher movement because a lot of people will be driving. And that's not a lot of snow yet. And gold continued to decline due to actual reasoning that nobody in government, the federal government, you see anybody wearing gold? I don't see anybody wearing gold in the federal government while they're working. And, for the millennial generation, if you wear gold every day, you risk crime to yourself because people want to steal it. And sometimes you commute and you bump into things and you kind of damage your jewelry. So the appeal of wearing, regarding gold as like a jewelry, fashion jewelry that you wear is not that legitimate. All right. I look at the other, 10-year treasury is still rising a little bit due to certainty that the rates will be rising as related by the Fed. You see Hang Seng recovering a little bit by a little bit, while maintaining some volatility due to the dramatic 600-point drop a few days ago after reaching 30,000. After that big drop, I do see a small recovery, trying to slowly step back to 30,000, like so, because it's near the Christmas holiday season, and usually the holiday season grips the market very well, especially the cryptocurrencies market, and also, I mean, the upcoming futures market of the cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, and so forth like that. Everybody's rising as we near the Christmas. All right, rising with Dow Jones as well. All right, so basically same stuff that we saw. We're learning a lot about, stock market, Christmas holidays, reasoning for the existence for Bitcoin, and so forth like that. All right, today's Friday, December 8th, 2017, and we're doing the morning business headline commentary. Something I've noticed, I've repeated many times before, I have Indian followers and Chinese business followers. More recently, my commentary on the auto industry, where they need EVs or hybrids in order to survive in the future. On the same Wednesday, Ford Motor Company responded to my commentary, where they will dedicate more resources and future resources into trucks and bigger cars that have versions of EVs and hybrids. More recently, like last 2 weeks, I made a commentary about Hong Kong should have an aspirational goal of land filling to expand the territory or doubling the territory of Hong Kong to help them grow the economy more effectively. I had the same response within 12 hours from the legislature after giving that initial comment, where they will look into that and also have the concern about cargo ships needs to have the certain water depth to have logistics. So I answered in response saying that modern engineering should be able to solve that as well. And more recently, the company called Funimation that owns Dragon Ball became a takeover target after I featured Goku and Gohan of Dragon Ball in my eating cooking demo videos listed below. Some of them listed below. All right, that's 3. And I do have many more where I make sometimes actionable comments that are followed by my followers, who have some are Indians and Chinese business followers. All right, happy trading, happy holidays. The holiday spirit is gripping the markets and the cryptocurrency markets. All right.